So we just want to kind of get your insight as to what you learned, what you know based on your experiences in marketing. So why don't you first start out by telling us who you are and give us a basic overview with your experience in marketing.
Keith Ashby, President, CEO, Presidential Services, LLC, and Presidential Transportation.
And what has been your experiences with marketing for either or company or other companies throughout your experience?
We do all types of marketing: graphic design, printing of promotional materials, posters, flyers, business cards, social media marketing, television, commercial production, and media buys.
Okay. And what made you decide to go in this direction and explore this industry of marketing in the first place? How did you get involved in this?
From having my own business, record stores, recording studios, and marketing is a necessary element to bring exposure and awareness to your product or services.
And so you mentioned having a record store and such. To my understanding, you have experience in the entertainment market. What did you learn about marketing from your, earlier experiences in entertainment, having a record label and such?
I mean, it's changed a lot, but before the street teams were very popular. Street teams were the viaduct between record labels and getting the word out to the masses. So, there would be street team companies in each market that the record labels would all have various contacts with, and they would depend on those street teams to distribute records to local DJs, distribute flyers, posters, service to record pools, and put marketing material up at what we call hot spots, record stores, barbershops, hair salons.
So in a lot of ways, do you feel like that industry has evolved into what they call influencer marketing now with social media? How has this evolved?
Very similar, except it's online. The influencers with social media, it is allowing like average Joe people that are willing to put in the work to be able to bring attention to their brand and to allow them to be able to market and promote products that normally that wouldn't have been the case. Normally ad agencies were what companies went to. They brokered out that service to ad agencies, and ad agencies would then use photographers, graphic designers, to come up with marketing campaigns to market a product. Now, any Joe Blow that's consistent and starts a YouTube page and market and promotes themselves and can obtain followers to show that they have a reach, they can receive free product and money for bringing attention to products and services, in addition to revenues that can be generated from views.
Interesting. And so nowadays, with so many people, utilizing social media and trying to develop a following, what do you feel like allows people to stand out? It's such a saturated market. What do you feel like would be an asset to anyone trying to grow a brand?
I mean, it's all about consistency. So the longer you do something, the more of it is out there for somebody to run across. And when you run across somebody that's feeling, how you're presenting yourself and the products are of interest to them, then they're likely to follow you.
Interesting. And do you believe that artists should have, or even just anyone growing in personal brand, should have a strategy and a game plan? Because most people on social media don't necessarily have a plan; they're just kind of posting and such. You think that?
No doubt. I mean, definitely should have a game plan. I mean, with anything that you do, the more you prepare and plan and plot what you're doing, you're going to have a greater chance of success.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so what did you learn, because you did some television advertising, just like running commercials and such. What did you learn from, what have you learned from, what works in running ads on TV? Is the timing essentially important? Is it the particular audience? Is it the content? I mean, obviously these all play variables, but what were some interesting things that you found out?
First you got to know what your demographics is. If you're promoting a comedy show, then you're going to want to run it on entertainment channels, definitely Comedy Central, And TV is something that, touches all three senses. You're seeing it, you're reading it, you're hearing it. You know what I'm saying? So and everyone respects TV. You see a Coca-Cola commercial, everyone knows everyone in the country is seeing that commercial. You can talk to anybody in Texas and be like, oh, you seen the Coca-Cola commercial with XYZ, and they're going to say yes. So when people see something on TV here, they assume that that TV is also getting the same exposure when it's not. It's just being aired in this demographic only. I mean, I can run commercials nationwide, but that cost will be, very expensive. But bang for your buck, as far as the exposure and the making your product look bigger than it is, TV is a good way to get the word out. Especially for people who don't listen to radio, who may not be on social media, it's just another checkbox across the platform to be able to reach people.
Mm-hmm. And what about print? Like, what's the advantages of doing
Print's
print?
still there too. Same thing. There's so much content online that everything doesn't always stick. But flyers is something that somebody's gonna look at while they're sitting at the hair salon waiting in line or doing something. It's something that somebody else can share, give somebody the flyer, take a picture of the flyer. So, a lot of people have gotten lazy and not, printing. Like before, anytime somebody got a club night or a concert, they're always printing flyers. Now, a lot of people are just relying on social media and they're not always getting the best results, or thinking that because they have how many ever followers that everybody that follows them is going to see it, which isn't the case. The algorithms don't allow everybody to see what you're posting. It allows those who interact with you the most. So if you exchange a comment, whoever you exchange and like and comment on their content the most, those are the people that are going to see you. I have 5,000 friends. I go through my list and don't even recognize a large portion of the people that are on my list, and I never see anything from them. But I go to their page, they're posting, but it doesn't come up in my feed because me and that person don't, interact. So people, because they're posting it or do the event right and want to sit there and try to invite, how many ever people. I mean, it's a part of the process. Yeah, something that needs to be done, but paid ads are going to give you more exposure outside of the circle of who you're friends with.
Paid ads. Okay, so on that note, let's say you had hypothetically a $10,000 ad spend budget for a personal brand, an artist, someone who wants to be, or let's say, particularly a public speaker, someone who wants to, be able to do more public speaking events and such, maybe consulting or some kind of professionalism. How would you distribute their $10,000 ad spend, just roughly, if you had to kind of break it down?
The thing about it is like, that as a niche, situation. So you're gonna be like, who is the demographics? Who's hiring motivational speakers? The average person that's on social media isn't like, oh yeah, man, my next birthday, I'm hiring a speaker to come speak at my birthday. That's companies are doing that. And then you have to find a company and look at the companies that would be interested in those services. So you're going to talk to people at Microsoft, you're going to talk to people at Amazon, and what are you talking to them about? What is your motivational speech? Who is that going to apply to? Who will see value in that?
So would you think that it'd be more effective to do a strategic outreach campaign where you're just like, emailing and contacting, event coordinators and stuff with the companies rather than just running an advertisement?
Right, because the average person online is not somebody that's booking that service.
Interesting.
Nor do they know somebody that's booking that service.
And so for something such as that becoming speak, do you think that it's required or it's essential for you to have a following, like a large following, in order for, and nowadays, since that's kind of like a barometer for people's...
It's not so much, it's not who's following you or how many, it's the right people following. Again, the people that are hiring people for those services. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's just not a lot of people that the average person that is in that position at a company that's hiring somebody for that, it would be hard to figure out the algorithms, how to search that person out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I've seen marketing for platforms that claim, if you sign up to their platform, that they're going to help you get booked to do that.
Yeah.
How effective those are, I don't know. But whoever that person is, first of all, has to have a solid track record of speaking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that person got to be able to show 20 situations, whether it's paid or volunteer, but talking to the kids over here, talking to people over here, that's something that it's kind of like if you walk into a mechanic shop to have them fix your car and they got on a mechanic suit, they got greasy hands and they got tools in their hand and they're at the shop, you're going to assume that they're a mechanic because they're there. You know what I'm saying? And so somebody that's doing that type of work, there's no identifiable, you know what I'm saying, way to be like, oh yeah, this guy, so you're not gonna just really get the word of mouth type of referrals until you become known as somebody that does that type of work.
Gotcha. And so, what do you feel like is the major, if you had to, because you've marketed some products in the past, whether it be products affiliated with different clients, or your own clothing and such, what have you found to be the differences in trying to market and sell products, versus selling services? Do you feel like the approach to marketing and that brand recognition is different? What have you, is there any distinguishable
dealing
things?
with product, you can get that mailbox money. That's something that you can sell from an online platform and have it shipped out to them. With a service, it's like either you got some type of app. Only way it can be non-personal is if it's some type of app platform, or you're coming to do the service. They're bringing a car to you. They're bringing, you're doing some graphics. You're doing the work. You
Yeah.
feel me? So you're just selling something or doing something. So there's really not much of a difference. It's just a matter of, again, being consistent, and your representation of whatever it is that you're talking about doing, at least your online presence needs to be consistent.
Interesting. And so you've had some experience, working abroad, internationally. Have you found marketing to vary by countries and by different, areas of the world? You feel like it's pretty standard across just humanity, like the principles stay the same?
Places like in Africa, why we really don't even trip off of, unless we're on a computer somewhere, like just from our phone, we're not tripping off of tapping into the Wi-Fi. We don't go into Starbucks and we usually put our phone on the Starbucks Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? In other countries, they do. As soon as you get to wherever you're getting to, you're trying to get up off of your data because they charge different, So you're trying to get off of the data of your phone and jump on the data of whatever venue that you're patronizing. Mm-hmm. So a lot of their events, they are capturing your data or capturing your information. So you go to a concert and then there's going to be free Wi-Fi. But when you opt in, you're opt in to receive additional marketing. So if Heineken is promoting a concert, that it's not so much as they really just want to bring an artist, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're trying to figure out ways to bring masses to a location to get them under the Wi-Fi so they can capture the data so they can further market to them, you know what I'm saying? So it's just different.
And so on that note, in regards to like having an email list, and so what have you found to be, and you've mentioned this before, what's the power of having an email list and using email marketing?
Email list is, some people, direct text is solid, but people exchange their cell phone numbers more than they do their email addresses, So once you have somebody, especially if they opt into your list, they're gonna always get that message, Whereas you might have somebody's phone and then you're paying to send that message to them, but once they don't have that number no more, you've lost contact with that person. So, email is probably the most effective digital way to maintain a database and customer relationship. That's why as soon as you go to any website, the first thing they're trying to do is get you to sign up. You go to any restaurant, you go to anywhere, first thing they're trying to get you to do is sign up to their email list so they can reach out to you and get you to come by, spend money with them.
Interesting. Okay, and our final question, this is like our specialty show question. We ask, what does marketing mean to you?
Marketing is getting to use your creative skills to try to attract people to a product or a service. And so, that's what, unfortunately, you're kind of doing the day-to-day, when that's the difference. When you're working for a company, you're restricted to whatever schedule and circumstances that company wants you to work on. But if you're in a good company, you can focus on doing marketing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about, maybe doing graphics. You're just coming up with creative ideas, and you have a team around you to help you implement those things, and you can focus on the task at hand. Challenge when you work for yourself is you're the every person. You're the everything. You're the janitor, you're the accountant, you're wearing so many different hats that whatever the hat that you really want to wear, you may not get to wear it as much as you want to, and you'll find yourself doing everything but what you really intended to do. So it just depends on what kind of organization that you're working with.
Interesting. Well, I appreciate your time, and thank you for being on the Yuse Mercari show.
You're welcome. Good luck.